That's one. And then export it again to Blender, and then voila, same thing like this. Make some uh, modify the materials and stuff. No, anyway, I'm not going go about that. And then let's go. Yeah, so that's the icon. So you make the icon. I use some Photoshop and then export this so I can know the size of the icon and then replace the thing, right? So I have this all the materials right there, and then the flow materials thing. Okay, then the egg grinder. So I got the raw one, which is big, came from Blender, and then this is the one that um a small one, like the 256 by 256. Then add it from import it. Just drag it here. It will make like this when you drag it, and then use it from there. And that's it. That's I think that's the only thing that you need. But if you want to modify some things, like go to this cog icon, then show modified properties, and you can see this. Okay, so cheating. So this one is base crafting resources requirements. So I put some cheating phase, which is cementing phase, 550. You can see it right there in the game. So this one, cementing phase, electronic, polymer, crystal, and metal ingot. So when you want that, just put it right here, right? So this one, um, base resource requirement, the amount, and then the type. You can just uh, find it there when you the drop down thing. This one crafting requires exact resource type. So electronic doesn't have counterpart, I believe. So I just check. But if this one like polymer, it has like the organic polymer, and then the corrupted nodules. Yeah, so don't check if you want to use that thing. But also the crystal, there's other crystal type, right? And metal ingot. Don't check it because we have like scrap metal ingot, right? And crafting requires inventory component, which is fabricator. So we can only craft it in fabricator. So this is the folder. Anyway, this is you need to check the what do you call it, the spelling, the exact spelling, exact words in your folder. When you see this, the fabricator, we go there, fabricator structures with S, then crafting, right? Doesn't let you drop down and stuff because this stuff right, just insert, delete, duplicate. So just type it manually and then the crafting. Also the descriptive base name, which is the name of the structure, and then this is the primal item structure. So different. This one, and you can see this is a primal item structure, right? So you can see it right here. Example, we have wait, maybe I crop this guy. Oh, I crop this one. So this is the one. If you change it there, this one will change. It's not the egg drum, but I just copy pasted it. So you know you can change it, uh, the description from there. You can do that as well. Ngram entry. Right. But I believe that, let's see. Yeah, that's the same thing. So the extra one doesn't require, so we don't put it there probably. Close that one. Okay, so we have the description and then structure to build, which is the structure itself. This one, not the primal item because that's the primal item. Then not the engram as well. Blueprint time to craft. So, when you crafting this, if you can add more. But for me, it's like instant. You don't need to, give the player way to craft, right? But you can definitely override this in your server configuration. So the XP is like that, preparing. That's all for this primal structure. And then let's put it back. Same thing as this. You don't need to open it because we didn't put any codes inside the graph editor or the blueprint. Let's open it for you so you can see. Um, you don't really need to because you just put when you open it, the setting will go on the side and will make it smaller version of this thing. So you know, don't do this when you don't modify the thing. So right. And for the override thing, we don't need to override everything there because this is the item structure, right? So we don't need to modify anything for that. So if if you want to, you can explore that thing. So same thing as this, right? So yeah, we don't modify anything here, but you can do if you want to. This is the primal inventory, which is I'll show you. Open this BP egg grinder, the structure to place. I think the consume thing is right here. And consume, when you type consume primal item, it says the primal structure. So you need to link those, the primal item structure right here, right? So consume. You can make it bigger if you want to, so you can see it like that. Okay, so you can do this as well. Everything that I edited in this thing. Okay, so going back, why I need to save this? What? Okay, so going back, this is the primal inventory, right? This, if you want to default modify it from here, then it will refresh. Make sure that um you don't modify it here. Because if you do, you need to press this one, the arrow going to the left, so it will return to the default, right? So for example, right here, wireless exchange, I didn't put any, but I put it anything here. So that's a bad bad practice. You might confuse yourself because I just put some tech power consume right here in this one instead of the this one. This one is none, right? Also, all these things like I edited, so it will confuse you. So it's better if you put your modification in this blueprint instead of um, here, right? The max inventory item, I just put it to default because this one is derived from storage small storage box, and then add max inventory and default items. I don't know why I did that. Um, I don't know why I checked all of those things. Maybe I'm not. Because, like I said, this one came from small storage box. So the sound, when you access it, yeah, I put like that. So, um, wait, muted. I think it's muted. No, it's not muted, but it won't let me copy those things, right? So enable sorting, then the sort inputs. Yeah, that's everything. So that is compile. I don't know why I need to compile them. Anyway, so that's about it. If you want to modify a lot of things, you can just read it one by one, and then um, up to you about the inventory thing. So going back here, so I can show you my event graph. So I got lots of things here that you can just um forget or ignore. All right. So here first, I don't have any. I think I have begin play. So let's start with that begin play. So I have the parent one. Anyway, you can convert this to function if you want. But I don't really know. But you cannot use delay on that thing, right? So I use delay. So whenever shenanigan happen, it will run because we have delay. So first thing, we have config get set config. So from your ini, like this one, the user again, like this one, it will load the default, and then it will set the config one. If you put like 60 or different numbers, it will set. For we go that first, because I have here in my event graph, I have another nose to set. uh I put return on the second one because I don't want the here on the last one to be returned, because I have this one. So everything on this after this will check if it's dedicated server, player server, or yeah, that's it. And also check this one after that node. That's why I put some return. My return node will be like nothing, nothing of this. Um, I believe that that's the one. So it check if it's previous structure, not preview. It's negation. So make sure note of that. So we are running the config when it's not when it's placed, actually placed, the structure, not when we are just previewing it. All right. So I put the lock thing here as well. So S plus or the cyber structure is always lock automatically, but uh, we didn't put it in um the server, right? I believe we can put it structure lock, but that's the default one. We don't need to, or maybe because some of the we can just do that. Promote to variable, right? So not really need to be replicated because this thing is already replicated, so we don't need to do that. So Rust, bleh. The last init option bool, just add it there. Default value is locked. Then the section will be the section. The option force, maybe force structure lock. So we have those options. For this one, we need to set right around. Oh man, sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. So get bool option ini. You can try this. That's better or best practices. But for me, I'm not gonna do it. So the default value will set it to block. And then paste the force structure lock. Okay. All right. So wait, wait. Get bool, get float ini. No, the default value is lock. And then we set this guy is lock. I don't know why I promoted it to variable. This one. Actually, we don't need that. Oh, hmm. Wait. Yeah. Actually, we don't need this block right there. So it's default. Actually, we don't need to cut this guy. Put it right here. So the value is like that. So with default value. So if it doesn't get the value there, it will give the default value, right? This one doesn't have default because they have default. Okay, so going back, I'm sorry about that. So here we have another sequence. For first sequence, anyway, I get the game mode only works on dedicated and player server. So I cast it to SGM, which is shooter game mode. And then config section, my default would be, where's my default? Why it's being filtered? Okay. Oh, what? Remove it. I pressed the wrong button. So make sure you don't that this one doesn't check. Okay. So config section, I put egg grinder. You can see here, egg grinder. That's the section. So the purpose of this one in the top part, all this one, will be um putting, so some people doesn't put it there. So you need to add this code. So it will add the default to your config, which is this one. But it doesn't matter because even if you don't put one of this, let's say you don't put this, it will um, use the default one because we have this one, right? So this variable has a as a default one as well. So we don't need that one, even if you don't need. But it's better if you use this one. So it will, will put the all the config there by itself using the default values, right? So and then next one, get, you know, is it's saying get, so it will set all the, if you modify the config right here, it will, give you different values. Anyway, if you are testing this on in your Pi editor, this one, it won't. You need to restart the whole thing when you are modifying them just to try it, right? So yeah, we need to restart the whole thing. That's the sad that's the sad part of it. Okay, so everything here, like I put some like this, everything is like that. So let's try to play if see if it will add what I add, the force locking structure, right? So let's escape that thing. Let's see force load didn't add yet, right? Because that's why we need to restart the whole thing, like the editor, before it adds it. Even if you add it manually, it's just overwritten. Okay, so we are done with the set config. Um, doesn't need like explanation about it. So this one is, yeah. I forgot to remove this one. But anyway, this is just for debugging. It won't show in your game, even if you add it, right? So I just add has fertilizer. I think I have some prints as well for the other. Maybe um we'll see. So GE disable. So get grind egg. This is the grind egg. So I just put it here because I wanted um to see if when it's begin play, because I think begin play will run when the server restarted. It will it will rerun the begin play. So it will spawn the structure and all the data in it when the server restarted, and then I just said it. Anyway, this one is for my multi-use. When you hold E in your game like this, um, hold E, it's disabled, right? Because we don't have any eggs inside. So when oh shit, I dropped it. Okay, when we add eggs in there, then hold, you see it's enabled, right? So for example, the server goes down and it's up, and then it will check if there's an egg inside, and then enable this function. Also, if it's powered or not, right? It's automatically sending. So I just turn it off. Okay, so going back to the code, I just place it. Recently put something there, but we can just remove it. Authority is just on the server. Is multi-use. I think multi-use runs on. Um, I don't think I need this, to be honest. But I'm use multicast, so it will send it to everything, right? So just make sure. Just making it sure that you just run. So we can just put comment, check, um, check, um, grind, egg, mu, uh, water, but yeah, okay. We're just checking. So after that, one item, I don't know. Okay. This one, when you remove something, it will run, right? I don't know. Wait, my inventory component, get number of items. Hmm. So if it's zero, no item, send to dedicated, disable use, maybe or. I'm gonna use or on this. It will disable the send dedicated if no. So I think I need to change this thing. So grind eggs, it will this is wrong. So maybe we change it right now. Because I made a lot of something like this. Inventory has fertilized egg. So the grind egg can be like here because we only check the inventory has fertilized eggs only, right? So but we need to negate it, not book, because it says here when you enable this one, it will disable use of that thing. So we need to not, because inventory has means it has egg, the inventory of that thing, and then right. Also, powered the thing earlier. This one is powered, is not powered, or and then I'm gonna use or boolean. So it means is powered means true or false, and if not powered, then it's true, and then we disable this one. Either one is true. It's true is if it's not powered, and then we disable. If it's not, if doesn't have inventory, I mean fertilized eggs, disable the grind egg because we are nothing to grind, right? And then here, auto send. If it's the auto send doesn't turn on, we use or bool as well. We disable whenever it's on. That's why we are using or. Whenever it's on, this one is on. If it's not on, if it's on, we disable the use, right? Am I correct? Yeah, I think yeah. If it's on, we disable the send to dedicated storages. And we need to find another function right here. It's right about wait, inventory has no has resources. Yeah, has resources. If has resources, if not bool as well. If we don't have resources in our inventory, we need to disable the multi-use. So what is all about? What is all these things? Anyway, we just use the we're just checking the event graph. Okay. Um, so disable a multi-use button. We haven't tried it yet. So let's try it anyway. We try it here because my game I didn't cook this recent update yet. This is a live update plus tutorial. We can put my command so it optimize my editor game, so remove all like the shadow and stuff. Hope it doesn't crash. Yeah, so we go some cheat. Okay, so we're gonna build this one. So right now it's not powered, so it will disable all the things. Maybe we disable this as well. uh, but no, it doesn't matter. I don't know if we gonna send. Yeah, it might bypass our thing because when it's on it will send it. Or maybe we can add it. So right now it's disabled, so when it has eggs right there, it's still disabled. Oh my, because yeah, you are correct. I'm correct because it's not powered yet. I'm sorry about it. Boolean is really, or logical things. It's you know make your things make your brain blows up. So right now it's powered, and then you see you can send. Oh, this one is right. You know, send to dedicated storage. We don't have what do you call this? We don't have anything right like resources thing here, so this one should be disabled. So we're gonna fix that later on. Anyway, the grind X. So when we the only um the one that we updated is when the item is removed. So when the item is removed, then it disables the grind X. But the send dedicated storage, it didn't work like that. Hmm. Let's see. It didn't check if I don't know why. So let's see. Let's see. Here the disable. So when it's auto send on, or auto send, it's on. When it's on, we disable this one, right? But it's off, and then inventory has resources. I think this one should be end. Hmm. Because maybe we said it right away. We said it. No, it's a local thing. I clear the local inventory. Hmm. Maybe false. Because for loop, it will break, and then when it detects one of this, and then hmm. Let's see. Let's go back there. I know this is real time editing. I don't know why it's not working. Because item maybe some other codes um run it there's something wrong with it. But maybe we can just print debug, print string, then make it 10 seconds so we don't confuse ourselves. This is how you debug most of the things in your mod. For example, copy paste this one, then one like this, change the color, maybe green, and then um, print this one and print this one. So we know. So the first thing we're gonna print is the auto send to dedicated, and then the other one inventory has resource. Okay, try those things first. So I believe that that is true that it should be disabled, but some other code like maybe triggering when it's so we don't have it should be disabled. So when we remove this one, I need to put my GCM. I'm sorry, GCM, because yeah, I'm full of weight, so I cannot transfer anything in my inventory. Okay, so false, 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 false. The server true, false, false, true, true. So the green one triggered as true because we remove anything. Um, wait, wait, wait. I know now. Because this one is green. So we are correct. but we need to inventory has resource, but we need to add more pins in this. Inventory check is if fertilize egg not wool. Of course, we need to check if it's not fertilized egg, but this one is or. Should be primal inventory. Should be end, I think. If this one, if it's this one is correct, then as resource will send as resource. If this consumable, everything is eatable right now. Like the fertilized egg is eatable as well. So I think we need to make it end. This one is or, then another one for end. Because this one is different. The same one, resource, generic, and eatable, right? And then put it like this, and then not fertilized egg, right? So it needs to be not fertilized egg. Okay. So let's see if it works. Hope it works. My logical is work. Um, let's see. Cheat GCM, and then put some fertilized egg. Then we can grind it. Then it's still on, right? But the function is only on um, when you remove it. So when I remove it, it will check. It's still, I don't know why maybe there's something like triggering this one. So yeah, this is correct. So when I turn it off, it is disabled because what's the sense of sending it manually if it's automatically, right? So maybe we'll check that anyway. We're going back here, like, to do, so you don't forget that. Okay, so going back there in our event graph, so we need to make some, this, put it, just put it back, this one right about here. Make sure everything is locked. Okay, so going back, when you add item, so this is the function that um you can add only fertilized eggs, not everything, not anything, even the unfertilized eggs, because um the settings of this is I add, let's go to the default, remote add, no, item only, not there, only, have it here. No, it's not here. It should be grinder. Yeah. Yeah, remote add item only. Don't edit here. You edit in the blueprint, like the primal inventory BP. Here you can see that I put primal item consumable egg, which is the parent of all eggs. So even if it's fertilized or unfertilized or just some sort of egg, because it's really hard to add every single egg that will available in the game. It's That's too many. Like all the fertilized egg, even if you sort it of fertilized, there's so many. So what if the wild card adds more egg, right? So you need to modify your mods again and whatsoever. So what I did there um, is I just put the parent, which is primal item consumable egg. Let's remove this one, and then add the manual code. I'll show you. So I just put it set so I can use them later. But this one should be function, um not here. Maybe I'll convert this to function in the future. So I'm checking if the transferred item is a this class, which is primal consumable item. So not any other thing, which is but it won't um it won't let me add anything because I add it here. The remote item only allow item classes. So even if I transferred anything like this one, for example, this one, it won't let me. But this one can be, for example, the sort of this. You notice that the sort changes. It's actually transferred this egg, but I put it back to the player inventory, right? So, yes, that's it. It's just a hack. So when it's true, then I cast it to primal consumable egg, and I think I need to cast it down because I'm checking if the egg is fertilized or not. Um, Also, my inventory remote add find the class. I need the class of the egg. So the item transferred class is checking if the class is the same as the class that allowed into that inventory. Then when it's true, when it's the fertilized egg and the class is the same as true, um, grind and disable false. What? Yes. One class remote allow. Why it's false? Yeah, it's false. It's because I'm sorry, I got confused quick. Really easy right there. Is disabling our multi-use, which is the button for grinding the eggs. So you disable it because you send right items in the inventory, and then when it's casting failed, um, because that's not the item that we are sent. This is just for guard future or like guarding the thing if you something is forcing anomalies happen that force to item to add to the inventory so it won't mess up our grinding things, right? So when it's false, then add item object, which is adding back to your inventory. Last owner player. I put like no item transfer. Why I'm using double thing? I can just use it right here, so you won't confuse anything, right? Yeah. So modifying those. Refresh that one. Okay, so item as last owner player, which is the player that last holding those items, and then um my inventory component. All right. So the actor, this one is the actor, not just the player. It can be structure or anything, just an actor. Maybe the naming is wrong here. Last owner actor should be, but yeah, they said a player. Maybe it's easier to understand. So I get the inventory component of the last structure or player, and then that's the target, adding item to that thing. Then what is the item, and then the item that transferred. So of course it will duplicate since we are using add item object, right? It will duplicate the item. So we need to remove that force removal and then show if you want to the inventory component of the grinder. But right here we can just use like my inventory component. This is just redundant. I don't know why I did this, but remove item from the inventory. It just added right there. So this is the safe one. This is the better one. I don't know why I use this one. We can find all the reference by name. So it's only set as once. So we can just remove it, right? We can just remove it. Go here in your variable, which is component, remove that one there. Hopefully I didn't use it to something, right? But this one, I'm trying to migrate this one. Oh, no, when you are testing a lot of things, that will happen. Okay, so it's better if you put it underneath. So make it like this, right? So compile and save. Item ID, item transfer, getting and then removing removed item. Okay, so that will be it for this function when you adding an item. So it will just um will just remove anomaly re- item that doesn't for example right here um this that function let me use the transfer all. That's why hatchery and other things that doesn't use transfer all, because um it's really hard to filter those items. So right now, you see the sorting change from here to here because I put it back. But this one you cannot, because that's a structure. It's not primal consumable or primal consumable egg or generic or whatsoever. Like consumable. Maybe if you have a berries, it will transfer and transfer back. Maybe we can try it right now. So right here, berry. Oh no, I mean the item. Creature ID. I'm sorry. You won't see this because I have other other monitor to use. So maybe find some berries. It's 10 berries probably. So we have berries, and we'll try to try. No. We put it right here. Yeah. So the sorting is right there. So yeah, it still won't let me to transfer major berry, but even if it's a consumable, right? So yeah, that will be it for this thing. Yeah, if this happen, you just add it like this. Add selection node. It will add to your comment section. Okay, so ignore this one, and this is just this one, and then this one. Okay, so we are done in our event graph. So you wonder where's the other codes, right? So this is just the event graph. Okay. So in construction script, I didn't put any. It's better if you put it in the begin play, right? So first, we have some functions here. I'm gonna explain it one by one. First, we go to our VP get multi. This is how you create um, this one, like this one. So this is index 0, index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and whatsoever. So in your in your editor, when you play it, you can see the index number. So the index and priority number is different. Right? So when you hold E, you'll see the 900121, 900122. So they said in the documentation it should be higher than 9001. That's why I add just 21. The other one is 22. You cannot add like 2 3 right away, but it's up to you, right? I just add unique there. For example, how can you get this function? You can get there by a function override, and then you will see it right here. Blueprint BP get multi-use entries. You can see it there. But first, before you can use that, you can use multi-use. Type multi-use in yourself, the BP grinder cell, and then check this one. Enable multi-use, blueprint multi-use entries, right? And then make a sequence, then return the nodes there and return the multi-entries. That's it. And then for your, if you wanna, and then you're gonna add your entries, your own entries, right? So make it in the zero, so it run first. It will add first before returning the node. So I put some, display on inventory URL only. Yeah. So maybe um if you have multiple entries like this, and if you want to add it in your inventory like this one, no, 1 2 3, I haven't tried to put more on this thing, but I've seen the structure. Maybe this one. No. Yeah, so they have a multiple ones, right? This is really amazing. But I don't know, maybe I'll check the code that um how he can do this thing, right? But for me, I only limited for 3 because when you check here, option, where is it? Disabled. Wait, maybe because yeah, I'm searching for multi-use. So when you have a pin, you can see a lot of pins here. But I just press this one, hide um unconnected pins, right? So it will hide, but you can check it manually if you want to. So we have like display on inventory UI, which is the first one, then the secondary, and then the tertiary. Only 3. So on this one we have secondary and then uh tertiary. So that's how you put it in your inventory when you open the structure. And then this string, the name, grind eggs, and then 90021 use index more than 9001, right? And then hopefully your index won't conflict with other mods. Then priority is just negative 9999, just making sure that it will the last one that you can put one or 0, and then it will, if you put it in 0, it will show it right about right here. Instead of access inventory, it will put your grind eggs there, and it will let you like press grind egg right away instead of access inventory. And then going back there, I put hide on UI first because I got some for example, the store the thing is not yours, it's not in your tribe, or it's not yours. Yeah, you won't able to see those options, which is grinding eggs. 'Cause, like some griefer, like turning on, turning off our generator, even if they are not in our tribe, right? They can do that. So if you are gonna make some generator mods, that you can do this and then hide it, right? Also, yes, what else? Disable use. This is the disable use. GE. Oh, I'm checking it. I'm removing it right now because I'm trying to watch those values before. Just trying to debug those things. Okay, so we have here like it will disable use. So whenever uh, of this anything of this will true, um, it will disable the use of grinding eggs. So that's all. If it's not powered, it will disable. It's not inventory is not no no more and no more fertilized egg in your inventory. It will disable. Then this function, I don't know. Maybe I set it somewhere. Function later on we'll see it. If it's disabled, and then when it's true, and then disabled it, and if it's not your team, disabled it, right? So this is one. This the second one we go to. Oh, anyway, this one you can customize your icon plus your activation sound. It's up to you. And then there's a lot of options here that I'm not gonna use. I'm not using. You can use the text scaler as well. Disable use color if you want to, something like that. And then I don't know the wheel category. I haven't tried the. Maybe someday I can try the nested multi-use entry. I can make a video of it. Um, because I just modding like a week ago, starting modding a week ago, and then send to the dedicated storage. Yes, maybe this one we have some problem. So when disable use, when it's disabled, right? The auto send disabled, and then if it's not powered, so we disabled it. So and also when it's not thin, right? So right here, we can add like this one. Anyway, though this function is running on, we can just close this one. Pentagram multi-use. Anyway, this function is running like every tick on your server. So we haven't tried because here we have a reference of the one who's accessing it, but here we don't have. So we're not gonna we can get the reference, but anyway, it's not. This one is running on tick, so this one is sufficient for our logical logical thing. Actually, we don't need those, to be honest, this one, because this one is running on tick every time, every time. Okay. Or maybe let's see, let's try this if it's work. Because we don't have, let's say we don't have anything, we disabled. Okay, so we have eggs, right? So it's, yeah, it works, right? So send to dedicated storage is disabled. Even if we on this one, off this one, is it won't get back because we don't have anything in our, we don't have resources. So when we grind this one, it will automatically, like, it will enable it. So let's say close this one, it will enable, and then let's try to um reload the server and then play it again. Hopefully it doesn't crash while I'm recording. So yeah, it's still on because it detects, right? So our code is correct right now. So whenever we automatically send those things, it can't send. You know why? Because we don't have any dedicated storages nearby, so it won't send. Even if you send it this one. Maybe I'll put some um I'll put, or maybe we can just, but that's, memory extensive when we, like I said, it's running on tick. You don't put much, like detecting dedicated storages around. Or maybe we can just send messages, or I haven't tried sending messages to the player, like the notification stuff. But we'll see. We'll see later when it's the player send this one. So here we can see grind eggs. We don't have eggs, so it disables it. Right here we don't have eggs, so you cannot. Then, but send, we can still send to dedicated storages. But we haven't, you know, um, wait, how can I solve this? Because we don't have dedicated storage. Maybe we can just skip the thing when it's activated. All right. But there's some catch, or there's some issue right here. You see this activation sound? You know what? You can put this one when you click the button, so you have more control. But in this side, you don't have. Like, for example, the code doesn't run because you have something like, there's no dedicated storages, right? But then the sound will play, and will you can spam it playing because of that, because it's just activation. You activating this button, but you don't have a control if it's gonna play or not. Like, for example, here it's playing. I'm hearing it's playing, but I don't know if you're hearing it. I'm sorry. Let's see if it's maybe we can just mute this one and then unmute, because I'm remoting my laptop right now. Yeah, you hear it now? Yeah. So when you hear it, you can spam it, like, see, it's overlapping sound, and that's not really good at all. So what we're gonna do there is, we can just find it, browse it. You see that sound, and then make it none, because that's so, um yeah, just remove it. And then for later, I just select that one. Okay. And here, we're gonna go back on that part later on. On the Here, I hide it from UI, so it only shows the two grind endings and dedicated storage. Um, I haven't think much of this for now, but yeah, that's that's everything there. Um, Here, bio grinder, the grind eggs as well, because we're gonna fix that later. But first, we think that's this one, that's spammy sound. I noticed that. So after that, BP get multi use. You go to try this one, actor, BP try multi use. So this is where your function run. Okay. So BP try multi use for PC. I set the for PC. So I have a reference. So this one, uh when they use, someone use the multi-use. I'm sorry. So this is the parent. So we return it when then, and then here switch on int. Here you go. You can set the default. Paste the number there, and then 1, 2, 3, like that. So I have three. So grind egg sent to dedicated storages, and then this one, uh, like the on and off function. This is just that one, right? So first, maybe we can just check out on this. I wish to uh, make them as a function. You know what? We can do that. Convert it to function. Auto send on off like that, right? So it's much cleaner like this. So we go there, a little bit of, arrangement. I wish to put it down here because, yeah. Okay. So when the the dedicated storage is on, I'm sorry about that. Okay, when it's on, it will turn it off. It's like a flip. I'm not using flip because I saw some bug when use flip. This is what I'm flip flop. This is what I'm talking about. So flip flop. So when it's on, it's the same thing. When it's on, it will send it on. When it's off, when it's sending on, right? But I saw some issues using this. That's why I'm using this one instead. So delete those. When it's on, right? It's true. Then it will off auto center dedicated, and then it will disable use. I mean enable because that's negation word. Make sure it's enable that one. But still, we are running this one in tick. That's why always checking this one. Where is it? Send to dedicated storages. It's still running on tick. That's why even if we only have two codes here, just disabling this, it's still gonna check everything on this side on tick, right? Why don't That's why you don't put any code that memory extensive there or like detecting stuff. Don't put it right there. So, and then um I'm just clearing the timer that I made. Okay. um when it's on, you turn it on, turn the disable use because what's the sense of sending it manually when it's um automatic, right? But if I maybe I just leave it like that because yes. So sequence again, and then create a timer, then make sure the function is the same. Send to dedicated storages. That's the function of sending all items, and it's looping. I put this in config. Dedicated storage send interval. The default one is 1 minute, but if um, the config, you can you know this one. You can change it whatever you like 30 seconds, 5 seconds, um, yes. But we don't have auto grind yet, so maybe I'll make some you know auto grind function because if you just use your remote like this, like I'm explaining, I think in the other video, you have a lot of breeder with your hatchery, like CS propagator, and then auto sends here the egg, and then you get all your mutated one, and then just right click, and then send it, and then after a second, it will grind it automatically, and then after grinding it, sends to dedicated storages, right? So that's a good idea anyway. Maybe I'll find a way. So when I find out how can I add more buttons on my, inventory, like for example on this one, because I'm limited to 3. So if I add auto send to auto grind something like that, it won't let me because you know I don't know how to add more buttons. Anyway, we'll find out. Um, what else? Um, let's see what else. Going back there. So I'm just making a timer. So every 1 minute, it will call this function, and then um, I'm setting the timer. So hmm, maybe there's something. Oh yeah, because it's okay. Because I just wonder if why I'm setting it every time because it will overlap the thing. But you need to turn it off before, and it's clearing the invalidated the timer. So it's okay to set it right here. All right, and then um before this one, it will wait for 1 minute before it triggers. That's why I made a sequence and do once, and then send it right away. So whenever you press the button for sending, it will send it right away. So we can just try it. I'll show you because I don't want to wait for 1 minute, right? Just to send my craft. So we have our resources right there. So what we're gonna do is build some. Wait, let me get my int GCM. Oh man, I built terribly. Okay, so dedicated. I need to put some. Oh wait, it's four. I think it's five. I believe. Make sure it's six. So what we have here, hide. Uh, wait, this is the issue. Another issue when you are doing this, it's like making it alt tab and then picture code, like arranging it by itself. Where's the keratin? So we have keratin, and then keratin meat, raw meat, and the keyboard. Why I want that? Is that Yeah, that's the problem here in DevKit. You cannot put someone's um, what do you call this? Someone's mold for testing. So I'm using vanilla. That's why it won't let me add um spoiling items in it or like consumable. So what we're gonna do is staying in that thing. So what I'm saying here, let's remove everything for now. Let's turn on the yeah, turn it off. Okay, so when we grind the items, the moment we turn it on, it will send right away, right? Then wait for another 5 or 1 minute. Yeah, let's see 1 minute. Let's wait for it. It will send it to the dedicated storage. 1 minute is so long. This is the 1 minute of the longest 1 minute of my life. I hope it's not broken because we're waiting here. Like, yeah, it sends. Take me to. All right, so that works. Okay, so yeah, you know why it hangs a little bit earlier and I cannot press anything because I don't know what plugin they put here. You see this one from here to there because the whole thing is arranging by itself. I don't know what plugin is that. It's like fixing your spaghetti nodes, right? So yes, that's it. Going back to our multi-use, we're done here. So we're here sent to dedicated storages. Right here, clear, find if it's found something. When it's grinding up, when it successfully sends, we play sound. Play sound. At location, right? Play sound. So right here we are sending, yeah, that one. Or maybe play sound at actor because the actor location. But you can use this as well. Just get the location. Play sound on actor. You can use this because we have like get location. Yeah, get not camera. Find the actor one. Get base attack. Why we don't have it? Get world location. Yeah, yeah, this one. My static mesh. Yeah, you can use that one and plug it here. But we're not gonna use that. The sound reference. So we are selecting, make sure you're selecting that one. Play sound and actor. So yeah. Just delete this one. Pitch, volume multiplier one. Yeah, that's it. So um we only playing sound when it's successfully, send something to um wait, when we have successfully sent something, right? Let's see if it's still, can spam something. Okay, so right here we're gonna make some eggs. Oh no, off and then yeah, we don't hear anything. I don't know why. Wait, let's get another one. Maybe it's so. Yeah, I think I'm still hearing it. Maybe let's try to multiplier. Maybe 10, right? Myself. Yeah, it's self. Let's see. Let's see. I didn't hear anything. Maybe it doesn't work. Oh yeah, I'm remove items. Like, like a madman what I'm putting there. That's really bad. Because it's gonna spam it too. Play sound on actor. I don't know it will let me maybe 100. Let's see. I cannot hear anything. I just hear the generator sound. You hear that? No. Wait, let me remove those. Wait, where is it? Multi-use. I add it here. Yeah, I'm gonna remove this as well. Yeah. So, um, environmental use, grind egg, play sound, and uh, actor. I think location will be nice if this one doesn't work, maybe I'll play the other one. Just saving that so for later. Send to this one is 100, right? So let's hear it. Grind some eggs. Oh, this one is disabled even if we have resources. Have you seen that? So there's no sound happening. And there's another one bug again. We're gonna fix it anyway. So we have resources. Then when we play, let's see. Oh yeah, it works. Maybe just bug earlier, but yeah, it works. It's still sent to the dedicated. So yeah, as you can see, it's sending right there. So we can hear any sound. So play sound at location. Remove that one. Get world location. My static mesh, my root transform is okay. Oh shoot. You need to browse it first, then press it here. Create right there. I think there's another multiplier start time attenuation. You can select attenuation. This is where you can use this higher, medium, or maybe small. You have small, yeah, small. Because our thing is small. Always play. I don't know. If you want a loop, maybe use that. So what we're gonna do is grind some eggs again. Why it's on? Oh, because it has resources. That's why. And you heard that? Still have sound, dude. So send. Why there's a activation sound still on that grind egg? Oh yeah, I didn't remove it. I'm sorry. And anyway, this will be open source once I fix the. I'll put the GitHub link in the description so you can download it and investigate my code. Oh man, why it send? Did it send it right away? And why I'm hanging? Yeah, it doesn't play sound. I don't know. Maybe we can just print something here. Hello, like that, like a blue hard hello. We'll see if it's coming from this node. We have two. Oh man, so that's dangerous as well. Because we are looping it twice. Oh, we have some, you know, looking for dedicated, then the I. So we have two dedicated storages, loops there. That's bad. Maybe I'll put the item and then the dedicated storage so I can just finish it after the item loop, right? But for now, we can just. But the sound is not playing. Anyway, we can we have a item to transfer because it's sure right here. Maybe add removal. So we can check if this one has one. So item for removal. Is it local? I think it's local. Item for removal. Then length is more than one, greater than one. Do this. Control and click and hold if you want to transfer it. Let's try this 100. Maybe just volume one. That's why we cannot hear anything. We grind the egg. Yeah, we cannot hear anything. Or it's 500 over 500. 500 over 500. We can do there. But I cannot transfer because I'm not in admin mode. Transfer everything. Drop all. Drop all. And your egg. Yeah, it says hello right there. But it's not playing. Maybe I get the world. Get world. The K2 one. K2 world. Maybe we need this. Um, hmm. Or maybe because this one is no. This is only for client. Server doesn't play. Twitch. What? Where is it? Has authority and remote. Let's see if this works. This server doesn't play, sound. Maybe that's why. Grind egg. Mm, it doesn't play, right? Because I'm in client one and then it runs on server. So it won't run. Maybe um this is a local function. And then try multi use is running on server. Mm-hmm. Or maybe we can make this as a we can cut this one. Oh no 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 no. Yes, we can go to event graph, custom event, play, grind, play, sound, one set, running on owning client. I think maybe no. Going back to send, then play sound on, right? But you need to remove this because it won't not gonna call not gonna get called. So still we are still checking if there's an item to remove. it like there, grind it. And yeah, it's being called, but I still not hearing any sound. Because yeah, we have play here. I don't know what's wrong. Mhm. Volume multiplier, I set it to 1,000, yeah. Or maybe this one. I could make it 50%. Maybe my computer sound. Let's grind some eggs. Yeah, it don't play sound. Because maybe it's playing. Uh huh. Or let's try this one on our multi-use. So instead of send right there, um play on sound, play sound. Okay, sorry, send. Let's just skip this function for now. Let's try it if it's gonna work or not. Oh, we cannot hear any sound, right? Even though it's wait, maybe try multicast because its attenuation is like playing for everyone probably. Yeah, I cannot hear anything. In Unreal Engine you can just use this one and it will play. I don't know why it's preventing me to play anything. Yeah, I haven't hear anything. But when you do it in here, so you send to dedicated right here activation sound, just put it like there. You can hear it. I believe it is what's there before. See that? You hear that, right? Yeah, that will be the one. But I don't want it because it's like you can spam it. We exhausted this one. We hear that like hello thing, and then we'll try multi-use. Put it back where it was. Delete this one, or maybe we're using play on sound. Let's play sound. Maybe spawn sound. That's why it's not playing. Let's try this. Is there any play sound here? One sound. So the location will be the same. And the sound same. Just remove that and connect this one here. Anything else that we need to do? And make it default. And make um maybe the attenuation is small. That's why we can't hear it. And auto just try. Let's try this. Now I want me call this one because there's no like resources to send. You hear that? Nothing, right? Oh man. Start 100. Nation is large. High, medium, high. Let's try this one. If it doesn't work, I'll let it go because the sound it doesn't really matter. But for the learning purposes, maybe I'll find some other way to play a sound in the future. Grind egg. Still, nothing. So I don't know what should be. Maybe we have something here that you can turn on. So sometimes, nothing. Force disable food sound, that sound. That's so high. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So, force, no, 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 no. Okay, so we just remove this one. We're not gonna play any sound at all because we tried, and I'll find a way anyway. So we just leave it like that. So I'm gonna remove it for now because it's kind of spammy when you press it like no multiple times. If we try if we use okay, so make sure we remove those. Okay. Um. Yes. After that, try multi-use. So send dedicated. So I'm gonna explain it right now. Um. When you click the send, that's the time where you um check all the I tried, you can use this one and you can use this one. We need to promote this to is it function send to dedicated search. We need to promote this to variable. Um Scan range dedicated storage. Much better, right? And then it sets to 25,000. Maybe what do you call this? Because 8,000 is really high, and that's maybe that. But if you're larger than a bigger tribe, maybe the 8,000 is not enough. All right. So going back here, first I'm clearing the unique item class that we are setting in the future. When you send you can catch this one if um just to save memory or function, but it's it's really nothing nothing to worry about. But for me, I didn't catch all the structure when it's scanned, right? So I get the K2 get world, I put it, I plug it in, and then get actor location. Yeah, yeah. Get actor, which is the BP grinder where it was. Then is within range. Scanning from the structure, scanning from 8,000 range. 6,000 is like about five. I think it's five foundation or maybe 10. And then this one is like yeah, maybe 10. 8,000 is 10. Use internal of 3. I don't know what is that, but yeah, get structure and range, and then it will detect every structure in range. So um, if you want to save some memories, you can put the class of the dedicated storage here. But for me, I didn't put it because we have some mods, right? So to support other mods, I just use every structure, just a structure anyway. And then after that, that's uh yeah, maybe just put dedicated, not storage probably. Dedicated, so it will contains everything with dedicated with the substring. Get class name path, which is the class name, not the name. If you rename it as dedicated, it won't work. Also, um, use case. No, no, not use case. Okay, and then here there's another one, cache, because when you demolish a dedicated storages, it will create a cache bag with the name or with the class name of dedicated. So when when that happen, it will this one will get through, and then will transfer everything there. Okay, so that I just put cache and search from there, right? So when it's true, I cast it to primal structure container so I can get the inventory component. But I believe that you can no, you need to cast it. So cast it there and then get remote add only item because we know that dedicated only accept one items, right? One item, not with S. Okay, so I know that for example when it's if it's hide, it's only hide. So um, I get the remote add item only allow item classes, and then length the zero. If this is just to check if the dedicated storage has item inside, which is should be one or then those items with I mean those dedicated storages with items in it, I'm adding it to the array, right? So after the loop and then everything is filtered and it's casted, uh, like I said earlier, I'm scanning every structure. So if it's foundation, it doesn't have item container, which is in the inventory. You cannot access it or whatsoever. It will cast failed, which is you know nothing. We're not gonna add anything, so you just skip. Then it will loop everything there, and then after looping it, I don't know if um, this will have effect um effect on where you have a lot of buildings or structures around it. I don't know. I haven't tried yet, but maybe I'll find some way. How can I uh, limit all these structures? You know, like Maybe only scan this when it's freshly um, or started the server, right? But if the maybe there's a some like something like the estimated or the server timer when it's running from the start. So maybe something like that. So we can add it. That's the time we can only scan the thing. But this one makes it real time because when I add dedicated storages, it will scan it right away. Yeah, somewhat it is uh, better, but in optimization, if you have a lot of structure, it will scan it as well. But yeah, maybe we can put some class of item container here, so it will only. Oh yeah, yeah. Since we are casting it primal structure item container, so I think every mods that has inventory, so that using it is using that primal item primal structure item container. So every structure using this parent class, so we can save uh, scanning, right? So it will optimize our scanning ability. So, yeah. um, and then after that, it will loop every dedicated with items in it, to make sure that still after adding it to this one, right? Make sure that it's still valid because we scan it earlier. We don't have something like removing reference here, so it might crash. It will crash if it's not valid. So that's why I put like it's valid here. So when it's the structure destroyed and it just removed to the list, no, it's not gonna send or um like doing some functions when it's destroyed. So you just remove. Okay, then that's it. And then running through here, so I'm getting the inventory component of the dedicated storage. Don't get confused because I get another one here that's later on. So I'm getting the remote and checking if the first one is valid index, just to make sure, Um, and then you don't really need this, but yeah, just to make sure, because this one only you know contains only dedicated that has item in it, so you don't need to check if the dedicated has item that valid, you know and get the zero, the first one, because only contains one class, which is if it's hide, it's only hide. There's nothing else in there. So we're getting the zero index, the first one, when it's true. And then for here, we're clearing again item for removal. No. That's the different one. Okay. Mm, yeah, where did I add that class? I didn't add those class. Let's look for our local variables here. Unique item class. Where did I add it? Maybe that's for my like prototyping before, because I didn't really add it. So maybe we just remove it because this one is added codes, right? We confuse ourselves. So delete that. Okay. So okay, going back here, we are clearing item for removal because it might flooded with items, and we are deleting items that. Okay, so we're cleaning it, and then here we are looping the structure inventory. Don't get wrong, the egg grinder inventory, not this is for dedicated storage inventory, and this is the egg grinder inventory. So I'm looping those items. For example, looking for hide, the first one is hide, and then I'm getting its class equals to the class of the item inside the dedicated storage. So it will be the same. So when it's the same, let's for example it's hide, and then I'm detecting it's hide here, and then maybe I can make this, I can make this loop, and then just find. We can just like do this. Find an item, then compare it the class. So you can just cast this if it's not fun. If it didn't find anything, you just -1. It just return -1. When it's find more than one, it will like two, three, four, five, or something like that. But it definitely return one because it's only gonna find one because only this is dedicated storage, right? So just to remove those um this code here because it's looping, but we need to check if it's valid, right? So anyway, so going back to our code, so I'm checking if it's the same item as inside dedicated storages. When it's true, I'm adding it to the inventory. So require exact match, replicate the item quantity, get the item, and then get the item quantity right here and plug it there, and then get the class of the item and then plug it there. So it will just add the item quantity, and then add for item removal. We're adding it for later on because I don't wanna add um remove the item while it's looping because I think it's something gonna bug or is prone for bugs because you are removing items while it's looping, so that's not really good for me. In my case, I mean, in my own knowledge, but you could do so because it works before. So, but this one is just to prevent the bugs. So after looping everything, so we have the items that we're gonna remove later on in egg, egg grinder inventory. So after that completed, and then it will remove everything that added to the dedicated storage, right? So we're gonna loop this and then remove item, and then it requires the item ID, only saving the item ID right here, and then my inventory component, which is component of the egg grinder, right? So you can just remove force removal, show HUD is doesn't matter if it's up to you. And then after that, it will loop another one because we still have um, dedicated storage with item, right? But that's not really. I'm really skeptical about this. Just it's like this should be the one this should be the one needs to be looped because this is the one that has um wait, I'm gonna redo this because this is the one. We can just copy paste this one right here. This one should be the first one who it needs to be looped, right? Because if we loop this one, we always get constant loop.